Yes, good morning, students. Today we will start 10th Science, Chapter 1st, Chemical Reactions and Equations. Now, what we will have to study in this chapter, the reactions and equations. As we know, there are some reactions naturally occur in our nature, but how to represent them? What is the reactant and what is the product there? So, we will study in this chapter. So, let's start our chapter first by the basic introduction that what are reactants and products, what does arrow signifies in our reactions. So, let's start from our this reaction, that is methane react with oxygen gives CO2 and water. As we all know, methane is the basic component of our biogas plant. So when it reacts with oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide and water. It forms carbon dioxide and water. So now the things which are written on the left side of the arrow are reactants, and things which are written on the left or the right side of the arrow are the products one. The things which are written on the right side of the arrow are the product one. Now, what does this arrow signifies? This arrow signifies that reaction is go onward in the further direction, that is in the forward direction. Reaction is going on there. Now, let's read the point. The chemical reaction is a process in which one or more reactants are converted into one or more products. ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਜਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਰਿਐਕਟੈਂਟ ਕਿਸ 'ਚ ਕਨਵਰਟ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. ਸੋ ਦੈਟ ਰਿਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਇਜ਼ ਕਾਲਡ ਕੈਮੀਕਲ ਰਿਐਕਸ਼ਨ. Now during a chemical reaction, chemical changes occur. As we are seeing in the above reaction, here is methane CH4, but in the product side there is a formation of the carbon dioxide. So we can say that there is a chemical change also, new products are formed. Now, the substances that undergo chemical change are called reactants. ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ change ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, that are called reactants, and the new things are formed. New substances are formed that are called products. So now, as usual, it's always we can say that the left side of this arrow is written by the reactants and the right side is written products, and this arrow signifies the reaction goes in the further direction. Now moving next, in our NCERT of 10th science there are activity questions was asked. Now let's take the solution of that activities also and what they were saying that. So now first example of the chemical reaction is as, now they have taken a magnesium ribbon and start burning it by the help of the Bunsen burner. This the burner which are also present in the laboratories. So now we have to hold the magnesium ribbon with the help of the tongue. Now what will happen when we bring this magnesium ribbon near this burner? It will start burning with a white dazzling flame. Now what is the meaning of dazzling? It's a very bright color, we can say it's a majorly one, it's a white color, but it gets sparkling also. So that's why white dazzling flame, that is a bright sparkle flame of the white color is produced when the magnesium ribbon is burned. Now after burning, as we know, there is a formation of ash of the magnesium ribbon. Now question was asked to you, what is the color of the magnesium ribbon ash? And what is that ash called? Now come to that questions. Now burning of the clean magnesium ribbon with the dazzling white flame. Now you all are familiar with the word dazzling white flame to form a white powder of magnesium oxide. So my first question is that na, so what is this white product formed? It is called magnesium oxide. It is called magnesium oxide. So after burning of the magnesium ribbon, there is a formation of white color ash that is called magnesium oxide. Now, why this reaction occurs so? Why magnesium ribbon burn? Due to reaction with the oxygen. We know everything is burned in the presence of oxygen, and oxygen is the basic necessary condition for the combustion of anything. So now, I hope it's clear. When magnesium ribbon burn, there is a white color flame. Second question, the color of the ash obtained is white color, and name that product. It is a magnesium oxide. Now next question asked here, what is the nature of the magnesium oxide? The product which is obtained as a white powder, what is nature of that? Is it acidic or a basic one? So next step is we have to add this ash into a water, and then with the help of the litmus paper we can check it. So metal oxides are generally basic in nature. If they are basic in nature, means what? It turns red litmus paper to blue. So we are getting blue color on the red litmus paper after changing it. So now, next reaction is, what will happen when we add a lead nitrate with the potassium iodide? As we look into the slide, both the solutions are colorless. Lead nitrate as well as potassium iodide. What will happen? Question is asked to you. What will happen when we add the lead nitrate with the potassium iodide? So there is a formation of the precipitates. So now what are the precipitates? Here is the term precipitate. Precipitate is the solid material which is getting formed after the reaction of two substances. As we know, in both the test tubes there are liquid, not transparent liquid. But when we add, what is the formation of the solid material start appearing, which will settle down at the bottom of this test tube. So that is called precipitates. Both are colorless, but lead iodide, after the reaction of lead nitrate, that is PbNO3 twice, when react with potassium iodide, that is Ki, then what is the product formed? Lead iodide. Lead iodide means PbI2. Pb is a symbol of the lead and I2 iodine. So this is the product, and second product will be KNO3, potassium nitrate. Now we can balance it. That is the next step. First of all, we have to know what is the reaction here. So that is the thing, when we are going to add the two substances, when we are going to add lead nitrate and potassium iodide, there is a formation of the lead iodide and potassium nitrate, and yellow color is due to the lead iodide. So now I hope it's clear to everyone. So these are the example of the chemical reaction. What is going on here? So when the two reactants react, there is a formation of new substances that are called product in this reaction. And in this reaction, there is a formation of the yellow color precipitates. Moving further, next example, they were asked, what will happen if we were adding a zinc granules, means powdery form of the zinc, in the conical flask or a test tube, and add dilute HCl or H2SO4. Dilute means the amount of that acid. In that acid we have to add water in that. means that acid is not in the pure form. There is a water added in that water. That is the meaning of the dilution here. Okay, we have to add water in that acid that is not as much as strong as the pure one. So now what is going on? We have taken this conical flask and we have adding a zinc granules. Then later on we are adding a dilute sulfuric acid in that. So now what do you observe by after adding the dilute sulfuric acid with the zinc granules? What will happen there? So what will happen here after adding dilute sulfuric acid into the zinc granules? So bubbles are observed. The observation is the bubbles are observed here after zinc granule to release hydrogen, because there is also chemical reaction which is written here. When the zinc is reacted with sulfuric acid, there is a formation of the zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas is released, that is the hydrogen one, and there is a formation of the liquid product here, that is zinc sulfate. And one thing more, that conical flask become hot. So there are many reaction in the nature which gives heat also along with the product. So that kind of reactions are called exothermic reaction. Exothermic means those release heat also along with the products. So now in this example we have zinc sulfate, hydrogen, as well as we are getting a heat also. So now what we have studied in this video, that what kind of changes do we observe during a chemical reaction. So there is a change in the state also, change in the state, change in color, as in this first one we are getting a solid powder, in second one we are getting when the two liquids are adding, we are getting a solid precipitates are there, and there is a change of color. Both are colorless but final product is colored one. Evolution of gas, when this is formed there is a release of hydrogen gas. Change in temperature, also it release heat, beaker become hot. So these are the four conditions which we have to learn. As such, what kind of the changes to be observed? There is a change in the state, color, temperature, and evolution. Evolution meanings bache, there is a release of the gas. We were observing bubbles in here in this example that are of the hydrogen ones. So this is all about our first topic of the chapter first. So I hope you will like this video. Kindly share it with your friends. Thank you and have a nice day.